guys, here in a nutshell with me, Ina. Ngayon lang ako nakarinig ng modus na ito. Naintriga ako ng husto kaya gusto ko siyang i-share sa inyo. Okay, alam mo, it's obviously wrong, it's illegal. At the same time, mabibilib ka talaga sa isip ng mga masasamang tao. No? Gagaling nila maghanap ng butas sa sistema. Okay. Sige, pupuntahan ko na yung article, But let me tell you first. I guess this story will again show you what desperate people who are desperate to come to Canada and the US, what they're willing to do, how much they're willing to pay just to get here kahit illegal ang kanilang status. At the same time, you will see how bad, how unscrupulous talaga people can be. Kasi nga tinitake advantage yung desperation ng ibang tao. No? O sige, puntahan ko na nga. Dami ko pang sinasabi. Yeah, and this is from the Indian Express. Bagong article lang po ito, published April 3, 2025. Ayan, ang title, How a Gang Used Mundikat Passports to Illegally Send People Abroad from Mumbai. Mundikat, ang ibig nilugel ko, so the Hindi word mundi in English pala means head. Kasi isa po sa ginagawa ng sindikatong ito ay pinapalitan yung mukha, yung ulo, nung picture dun sa mga real passports. Okay, mamaya ay tatalakayin po natin yan. Kaya Mundikat passports. So, ang ginagawa nila, tinatarget nila mga biktima galing Mumbai, karamihan. Sabi dito, the process just went on for as long as it did. Simply because of the lapses in information accessed by different parties at the airport. Mamaya ipapaliwanag ko po sa inyo, Kasi, kumbaga, inaral nila yung sistema mula sa check-in airport, papuntang immigration, hanggang boarding gate. Inaral nila at nahanapan nila ng butas. Okay. They gamed the system. They were able to game the system. Mamaya, sige, we'll discuss that in more detail. So, ito ang picture nung nasa likod, leader ng grupo. Naaresto na daw po sila last month, And allegedly, they have sent at least 80 people to Canada and the US illegally. At least po yan. At ang masaklap nga dyan, ito, tinatarget talaga nila yung mga taong whose visa applications to the two countries had been rejected several times. Ibig sabihin talaga, gustong-gusto ng mga yun makapunta ng Canada and US. At magkano ang bayaran? Okay, ito. Charging them between 30 and 75 lakhs or even more. Okay. Sige, doon lang tayo sa 30 lakhs. Ginugel ko, and according to prevailing rates, that is about 50,000 Canadian dollars. Grabe, magbabayad sila ng ganun. Malamang, inutang pa siguro ng mga taong to, yung halagang yan. Okay. So, majority of the people hailed from Gujarat, and wish to unite with their families abroad. Okay? So, I will point to you yung loopholes na natuklasan at tinake advantage nila. Okay? Ito po yun. I don't even know. I'm just basing this from the report kung talagang accurate ito, but I guess it is kasi nga nalusutan nila. O, sabi dito, number 1, airline counters, yung mga nasa check-in counters, do not have access to passport verification details to independently verify the traveler's identity. In short, wala palang ability to really determine yung veracity ng passport. Kaya siguro sa check-in counter, tinitingnan lang nila yung mukha, diba? Kung yung mukha mo yung nasa picture. Okay, that's one loophole. Pangalawa, sabi dito, pagdating naman sa immigration counter, immigration officials do not have access to visa or boarding pass details. So, ang finofocus naman daw, pinapalabas ito ng immigration officers, yung passport. Okay, yung legitimacy ng passport. Siguro, mas madaling makalusot sa kanila ang mga maaring peking visa, peking boarding pass. Okay. So, ayun yun ang dalawang tinake advantage ng sindikatong ito. So, it involves providing their victims 2 passports ang nangyari. One that would pass the check-in counter attendants, and the second one, yung makakalusot naman sa immigration officials. Ganun, Medyo complicated, But, okay. Ito po ang nangyari. Una sa lahat, bibili muna sila ng passport, a real passport of an Indian citizen with a valid visa to enter Canada or the US kung saan man gusto magpunta, no? Oh, may bentahan pa pala yun. Magkano nga ba yun? Parang 5 lakhs if yung mga gusto willing magpagamit. Ang 5 lakhs ay mahigit 8,000 Canadian dollars. Okay. So, unang passport. Passport ng ibang tao, papalitan nila yung picture. Okay, papalitan nila yung picture nito nung picture ng biktima. Pangalawang passport na totoo nung biktima, nalalagyan nila ng peking visa. Yun ang nangyari, guys. So, itong passport na ito, talagang itong daliri, ito na nga lang. So, itong passport na una, yan yung ipapakita nila sa check-in counter. Yung panilatan yung mukha na passport. Okay? Pagdating, makakatawid, malulusutan daw eh. Pagdating naman doon sa immigration, ilalabas ngayon nung tao yung totoo niyang passport na may peking visa kasi nga ang sabi naman daw, walang access ang immigration official sa veracity kumbaga daw ng visa. So, ang chinecheck lang yung totoong passport. O, magiging totoong passport na siya. Nag-guess niyo ba? O, mali ba explanation ko? Basta ganun po, no? So, yun ang naging system nila hanggang sa makarating ng Canada. Amazing. Grabe, no? Pero it's really just more than that. Ang kwento dito, no, talagang may mga tao pang deployed raw sa different points of the airport na binibigyan sila ng cellphone, ng SIM cards to contact them, to guide them along the way, every step of the way in the airport system. Oh, ulitin ko lang Oh, tama naman yata yung explanation ko, sabi dito. Ayan, ulitin ko lang. Mukha namang tama naman yung explanation ko, baka magulo lang, ano. Sabi, the aspirant, ito yung biktima, would present the Mundikat passport to the CISF security. Okay, siguro yung airport security to, no? And the check-in counter. Okay, mukha naman nila yung nandun sa picture. Okay, and then would proceed to check in their luggage, obtain their boarding pass, and clear security check. Ayan, using that same passport. Okay. Sabi dito, yung airline counter, check-in counter, wala naman dong i-raise na alert about the passport during check-in as they are not given access to passport details. O yun na nga yun. So malulusutan talaga sila. O yun. Tas after this, the traveler would swap the Mundikat passport with their original passport. Okay, kasi nga naman, yun naman na ang titignan ng immigration officials. Immigration officials have access to passport details and would flag the Mundikat passport if detected. Sila ang makakadetect ng peke or altered. Diba? So at this stage, yung victim would present their own passport with a fake visa and boarding pass, na legit boarding pass na pala yun, which would be undetected naman by the immigration official. So ayun, yun na nga. That's a summary of their modus. At tapos ito naman, ano mangyayari pag nakarating na dun sa destination country? Okay? According to the official, the checking upon arrival is not as rigorous, allowing the traveler to proceed virtually undetected. And ito pa, may gang members na nandun sa nasasalubong na sa kanila dun sa airport and would guide the traveler. Ayun, ano. But I won't be surprised if at one point baka meron silang mga inattempt itawid na na-detect sa destination country. Hindi natin alam, hindi naman po na-mention yan dito. Ayan. Paano sila na-booking? The official said the scam was busted after it was found na yung isa sa mga nakilalang members ng syndicate was flying to Thailand every month while someone else was traveling to the US or Canada. So parang siguro naging red flag na bakit ba laging nandito tong tao na to? So yun ano. Hindi ko alam bakit Thailand every month. Ayun. Pero that red flag led to them discovering this whole operation. And now, police and airport officials are taking steps to plug the loophole in the airport security procedures so that such gangs do not take advantage of the same. Mabibilip ka din no? Sa galing ng mga sindikatong ito. Sana lang yung improvements na gawin sa airport security, talagang, hindi na mape-penetrate, di ba, ng mga sindikato. But alam mo, pagaling tong mga to, talaga sa totoo lang. Anyway, yun lang naman po. O, di ba? Ang mahalaga, at least, na pigilan na sila. Ang nakakalungkot dyan, isipin mo, ang lalaki ng binabayad ng mga biktima. Sabi mo nang nakarating nga dito, ibang pagsubok na naman ang haharapin nila pagdating dito, wala silang mga status. Yung ibang araw po, I'm not sure if I mentioned it earlier, yung ibang nadadala sa Canada, nahirapan siguro dito sa Canada, yung sindikato, may mga gang members din po sila dito na hahanapan ng paraan illegally para itawid papuntang Amerika. Ibang bayad na naman yun. Diba? Okay, so yun lang naman po ang aking kwento sa episode na ito. Let me know what you guys think. I'll end this episode here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!